Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be putting on two caps. The cap number one would be the advisor cap, and I'm also putting on my Xavier cap. Xavier is an acronym for Experience a Very Intense Educational Reawakening. That's another channel that I have had years before the advisor. Anyway, I'll be putting up this video on both channels because it is that important to me. No, it is that important to the world, not just Jamaica or me. But anyway, here is it. First thing I want you to do is to take a look at this man. This man is Bryan Sykes. He's the Chief Justice of Jamaica. And Bryan Sykes have had this position maybe for about 3 to 4 years. He is also, as we can see in this photograph, this is the time when he was being inaugurated. And here he is accepting his credentials and his accolades, and here he is also accepting his certificate, that document which gives him plenipotentiary powers to sit in judgment over all Jamaicans and over our Supreme Court. Now, I can't mention Chief Justice Bryan Sykes without also mentioning this other gentleman. Now, this gentleman is called Fitzbailey. He is Deputy Commissioner of Police. He is in charge of a branch of the police force called the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Division, or CTOC for short. Now, CTOC has been carrying out operations throughout this island to the length and breadth of this country and bringing down criminal organizations all over. It had several very wonderful and successful jobs in bringing down crime organizations, and most of its techniques are not really well known. But being a person who is aware of certain things and is privy to certain things that they do, I can tell you that CTOC is one of the most elite law enforcement agency or department in Jamaica. Not just in Jamaica, but I would put them on par in terms of effectiveness. I'll put them on a par with the FBI of the United States or with Scotland Yard of England. They are that good. These guys are on top of their game. They bring their A game, and there is no other department within this country, arguably, because it can be argued otherwise, but in my personal opinion, based on what I know of CTOC, they are the best of the best. Anyway, I said that to say this. That man, Justice Sykes have proven himself since he has gotten this office. He has proven himself to be one of the most destructive persons in terms of our quest to contain crime in this country. There are cases, and I could go into several cases, where he has allowed the work of CTOC to bring down criminals. He has actually released them and send them back into society to murder and cause mayhem again and again. One of the cases, I won't go into it now, but in a future video I will give you all of that. And that's the Dexter Street Gang of Westmoreland, where the CTOC actually rounded up 19 members and brought them to book. brought them to book by having inside agents of the highest order within the gang, giving them all the information they need. And that was one case. And it was well done. It's a well done operation. It lasted about 18 months. And they gathered information. Another such successful escapade with the CETA, again, was the King Valley Gang in Westmoreland. And they brought in 6 members of the gang. And, we will discuss those cases. But today, this is just 2 of the cases that this organization worked on and successfully did what they had to do, though the end results might not have been what they wanted, because it had been stultified and showed made less because of the work of Justice Sykes, Chief Justice Sykes. But I don't want to discuss those cases in their entirety now. As I said, that's for a later video. But what I'm mostly interested in now is the current Clansman trial that's going on in Kingston. If we notice, let us get some of the facts. This is a 2-part video, but in this part, let us get some of the facts. Members of CETA, dressed in ragged clothes, grew beard, grew dreadlocks, and made themselves to look the part, and went into the belly of the beast. They gained the confidence of the second in command of one of the most bloodthirsty criminal organizations in this country. They went right on the inside, risk their lives to assimilate themselves within the gang. They gathered telephone records, video records, cell phone records, audio tapes, videotapes, and cell tower records. They got everything. They could trace every single weapon from it leave one hand to go into somebody else's hand, and trace out where these weapons and how they were used. They were able to even send in police to to intercept some of these gunmen when they were going on operations and get rid of them. They were that good. They could pinpoint and put perpetrators of certain violent acts in that place using cell towers and using telephones and everything. The operation was one well out of the CIA handbook. This is by far the most efficiently executed operation ever done on this planet by any law enforcement agency on earth. Yes, CETA is that good. It's the best of the best. Now, being so good at what they do, what could be going wrong? For those of you who don't understand what the Clansman trial is, if you're living overseas and you're not quite aware, let me just give you a rough synopsis. 60 odd men were picked up after about 2.5 years of investigation and entering the belly of the beast. About 60 men. Of course, that was like they didn't have enough evidence and all. And over the next few weeks, following the mass arrest in that dragnet, about 30 odd were released. And they held on to the main ones that they felt they could actually convict. So far, Justice Sykes has been at odds with Fitz, with the head of CETA, and he has tried in every way to be hostile to the police, to the investigators, to members of CETA, including the primary leader of CETA, which is Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey. He went as far as to, when Fitzbailey was on the stand giving evidence, he was saying to Fitzbailey, listen, why did you not arrest the witness? Now, if that is not a dead giveaway, I don't know what is. Because if a case come to court and somebody who gave you all the information, who assimilated the police into the gang, who gave the police the murder weapons that were used in the gang, who literally showed you where dead bodies are buried. This is the person who controls the money bag, who know how payments are made, all the places that payments come from, where the money comes, where it goes, how executions and hits are planned, where they get vehicles from, who they rent them from, what price, every single thing that could sink these people. It was known, and the police knew everything, and it was properly documented, very coherent information, and even the cell phone providers were able to come in court and verify that everything that CTOC did was perfect and cannot be questioned. Yet, Bryan Sykes threw out everything. Well, so far he has thrown out a lot and caused certain people to be released. And he is so hostile. Listen, once you are a judge and you are telling the one person who is keeping the case together, who is the main witness who can sink him and who can sink the gang and convict these people, and you are telling me that this judge is saying, why have you not arrested and charged the main witness, because the main witness has confessed to being involved in some of these crimes? Now, when you arrest this main witness, he has a code name, C4. When you arrest C4, what have you done? You have actually sent the case into disarray, and all 31 will have to be released. Why? Because the man will no longer testify. And what else could be the motive for you saying arrest the person, the one person who is there to give evidence against those 31? What other reason could, and I need somebody who is a lawyer to tell me what is the motive or what's the legal precedence that can cause this. I'll wait for a lawyer to come and tell me. And if this doesn't sound messy. No, he went as far as not only saying that, but everything they come to him with, he throws it out. He's been throwing out every evidence, left, right, and center. And that is what he has been doing with other cases in the past that CTOC has come to him with. So it's like one evil person is there, one very dangerous person, and there is one good person. And because the dangerous person have a better, higher position with plenty potential powers, the good guys can't win or won't win. I am saying that right now, what the government needs to do, and what CTOC itself needs to do, is to contact the FBI of the United States or any law enforcement body in the United States and open an investigation on Chief Justice Bryan Sykes. He is definitely an evil man. He is definitely in the hands of the criminals. And believe me, it cannot continue, because he is the reason why crime is the way it is, and at least 50% drop we will have in crime if this man is busted and sent off to prison. Here's the thing. Why I say get the United States involved is that since it's coming to being as a country, the United States have tried and jailed 78 judges. 78 judges. How many judges has Jamaica ever even investigated, much less arrested, much less tried or imprisoned? Not one single one. It's as if in our mindset, once a man becomes a judge, He is no longer capable of doing wrong. He's incorruptible. He's not capable of setting. He's next to God in terms of his virtue. And he can't put a foot wrong. And we need to get out of that mindset. Because this man is clearly evil. He's an extremely dangerous man. And this man cannot be in that position where he can exercise such unquestionable, unparalleled legal powers over this nation, and that is keeping crime this high. Right? Now, this is a two-part video, and in my next video, I'm going to tell you guys exactly some of the things that Bryan Sykes has done and some of the cases he has thrown. And I'm going to tell you where I got the source that is 500,000, that's $500,000 Jamaican dollars for every high-ranking violence producer that is released from jail. That it just throws out the evidence. Because here's what is happening. In Jamaica, all the judge has to do is just, in his opinion, this evidence should be thrown out. Right? And once he says it's to be thrown out, no matter how painstakingly this evidence was gathered and no matter how iron tight it is, it's gonna be thrown out because the judge said it should be thrown out. You see how open this is to corruption? So basically, this man is extremely dangerous and he has to be stopped. So, guys, listen out for part 2. In part 2, I'll tell you some things that this man has done, cases that he has thrown, and get your opinion and hopefully start a movement to get rid of Bryan Sykes so crime in this country can be cut by at least 50%. Thank you for listening. Like, share the video, because I would like this video to get to the ears of people who have power and who are willing to act to get rid of this man. Thank you very much for listening, and see you in part 2 of this video coming up in about 2 days.